everybody. I am so excited to be here and to talk to you about a Lit Up partnership. This is such a good day. I have been so excited to get this out there again, to talk to you about it, to update you on how it went last time, to let new people know about this process and what it looks like and what's available around it, and how we can be innovative in our businesses and all of that. So I am just so excited to have this alive, back out there, and ready to accept applications. So today I want to just tell you a little bit about the process, kind of what you can expect, especially if you weren't part of it last time or you weren't around at that time. I really want you to kind of understand it a little bit better. What else am I going to share? I'll just kind of see what comes up, but let's start with that. So a Lit Up partnership is basically where we become business partners. So you're not paying me an upfront coaching fee, but you are only paying me 15% of the revenue that you generate. Hey, Isabel, thank you for joining me. So you're only paying me 15% of the revenue you generate in our time working together. So let's first talk about what does that even mean? So 15% of revenue does mean before costs. So if you have other costs in your business, we're talking off the top revenue. However, we're only talking revenue that we generate in our time together. So what that means is if you are a coach, for example, and you already have 2 one-on-one clients right now, I'm not taking a piece of that revenue because you signed that, secured that pre our work together. So it would only be then if you signed another client, the 15% would be part of that. So I hope that makes sense for everybody, but that part was really important to me. I don't want to come into your business and start taking a piece of the revenue that you've already generated and created, but of the revenue that we generate and create together. So what else do I need to say around that? How does that work? Basically, the way that we've structured it is that by the 1st of the following month, you report your revenue numbers to me and I invoice you. And then by the 10th of that month, the 15% is due. So it's just like monthly payments like you would do in a long-term coaching program. But again, it's only based on revenue generated. Also, to be clear, I'm talking banked, not booked. So if you book a $7,000 client, but they're going to pay you over 7 months or 6 months, you're only giving me 15% of banked money. So if they are paying you $1,000 a month, it's 15% of that, not 15% of the $7,000. So I hope that makes sense. I personally feel like it is ridiculously fair and beautiful the way that it's built up. You're not paying a percentage on any revenue you've already generated, and you're only paying on banked income, which I think is super, super important. So I hope that explains that, but if you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to let me know or reach out because I really want to make that super clear and I want it to feel really good to everybody. So 15% of the revenue you generate. Basically, we work together as partners in growing your business. Now, I want to be really clear that when I use that term, I mean that you are building your business and I am the coach and mentor that is partnering with you to make that happen. So that does not mean I'm doing the work for you or, writing the email for you or any of those things, right? But it means that I'm right there with you and that my success is dependent on your success, right? Hey, Sarah, thank you. I'm super excited too. So yes, my success depends on your success, right? Now, again, that doesn't mean I'm getting in your business every single day and doing the work. That's 100% on you still, right? But it does mean that I have an investment as much as you have an investment, right? So I'm going to show up at 100%, you're going to show up at 100%, and that's when we're going to create magic. The one caveat that I will add to this, which is both a really good and a potentially bad thing, and I really want people to think about this in applying, is that 2 of the partnership clients that worked with me actually ended up paying me more than my coaching fee. So had they just hired me flat out, they would have actually paid me less. So the 15% ended up being more than my coaching fee. Obviously, that kind of rocks for them in the sense that they made enough that that was possible to pay me more than my coaching fee. On the other hand, if, you know, you're at a certain point in your business where you know it's going to grow, where you're going to make more than that, like, it may not make sense for you, and I want you to think about that. Like, if you've been thinking about hiring me, it may be smarter to just do that, right? Like, it actually might save you money. Now, either way, I think you're making an awesome investment, an awesome decision, right? Because if you're paying more, you're obviously making more, whatever. It's still a good deal. But I really just want to put that out on the table and say that that's something I want people to think about in going into this, that that possibility exists, that you will end up at the 15% paying more than the coaching fee in general. So sit with that, think about what that looks like in your business before you apply. And again, like, pro con, right? It's really good in a way, and it, you know, has some negatives in a way, but I really want you to know that. I want to be open about that. I think that, you know, it can almost feel like this is just like an this is so smart, this is such a good idea, and it is. And I think all of the women that paid me more than the coaching fee would have said it was smart and a really good idea, but I really want that to be on the table, and I want that to be clear. And I want you, as the CEO of your business and an informed business owner, to be thinking about that in applying. Cool. So what else do I want to say? One of the questions I got today already that I want to address, well, actually I got two that I want to address. So the first is, oh my gosh, my brain just short-circuited. So excited for the person who says, thank you, Sally, me too. Okay, I remember. So the first one is, will the applications be confidential? And that is 100% yes. So I'm not sharing them with anybody. I don't have a team that's helping me to make this decision. I absolutely 100% am keeping that information between you and I. It's coming directly to my inbox. It's going to a special folder only for that and for my eyes only. So don't stress about that. Feel like you can be as open and as vulnerable as you need to or want to be, because honestly, that's what's going to help me make the best decision when I really understand, you know, where you're at, your business, your dynamics, what your challenges are, what you're doing really well. So don't be afraid to be completely open, just because it's a non-issue. I'll never share or repeat any of that. Oh, thank you, Sally. Hey, Linz. I'm excited to talk to you in just a few minutes. Rama, can we apply if we applied the last round but weren't selected? Absolutely. You can totally apply again. A lot of people that went through last round said that just the process in general was immensely helpful to their businesses. So I want everyone to feel like they can totally take part again. Also, it's like a completely blank slate. So I have no preconceived notions about anybody that's applied before or not. Like, clean slate, square one, feel free. Thank you, Andrea. I'm so excited too. I've like really just had so much fun with this. All right, so question number 2 was, can it be any business? So I loved this question because I think it was, first of all, it was a good question, right? Like, I think it was smart to say, like, are you looking for a certain type of business? Can it be any business? And so I really appreciated that question. And the answer is 100% yes. The 3 partnership clients that I worked with last round all had vastly different businesses, really different business models, totally unique skills and strengths. None of them did the same thing at all. And to be honest, I supported them all in really different ways too. You know, some of the same structures were there, like we talk X amount of times and we do an intensive and we do these things. But on the whole, I supported them in totally different ways. And I really think that's why they all got great results, is because, you know, we designed the process around them and their business, not like, oh, I can only work with you if you have one type of business and one type of model. That's totally not how I work as a coach. That's not how I operate at all. So any type of business that you have, I really welcome you to apply, to go through this process and to get the most out of it. What else do I want to say? Oh, I want to say that if you did go through the process last time, there are going to be some things that are similar and some things that are a little bit different. So just make sure you're reading the emails, really staying in touch with that, because some things will be kind of different this time. So I just don't want it to be confusing or you to feel like it's exactly the same as last time and I just need to show up and do those same things. It will be a little bit different. First round, totally the same. All you have to do is fill out an application. Isabel, I'm so excited to apply this time. I didn't feel ready last time, but this time I am. Awesome! I can't wait to read your application. I'm so glad you feel like this is the right time for you. Very exciting. Okay, so first round application, you can get that right now. I'm actually leaving it open for 2 weeks this time. Last time I only left it open for 1, but I'm gonna leave it open for 2 just because I know this is a challenging time of year, right? Like we're talking about Christmas is, oh my God, is it like 4 days away now? 5 days away now. New Year's, holidays, I get all that. And I want you to be able to put your heart and your thought into it. I don't want you to feel like it's something on your to-do list that you're scrambling to get done at the end of the day or that feels stressful to you. I really want you to feel like you have the time and space to get this done. I also want to give myself the time and space to get them read. Last time I think we had, over 80. I don't remember. That's terrible. I should know that off the top of my head. I think we had over 80 applications last time. Might have been more. I just can't remember, you guys. But anyway, the point is, so it does take me some time because I read all of them at least once. Most of them I probably read 2 or 3 times to really make sure that I was feeling into it, that I was getting all the information, that I wasn't just skimming quickly, really felt into what was there, what, we could do from there. And so I really want to give myself the time to make sure that like I'm full in and giving your applications the care that you're giving them and submitting them. 75. Okay, that sounds right, Lindsay. I think it might have been 75. Yeah. That we started at. Hey, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, I never see you live. This is a treat. I'm assuming that means you're up late. No, I think I'm just on early. I think I don't usually stream this early. Okay, so round 1 is due January 2nd. We're going to move immediately into round 2. I'll tell you more about that as we get closer. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what else. If anybody on here has any questions for me, feel free to pop them in so I can answer them. But okay, good. It's only 7. It's only 7 there. Good. I know you can be a night owl. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to pop them in. If you're watching the replay, post them below. I'd love to answer any questions you have about this. I'm going to be sharing a lot more about this over the next 2 weeks as the applications are due. I'm going to be sharing results, lessons learned, different things that came up during the process, things that I wish I would have done differently next time, things that will get done differently this time. The winner is announced on January 16th, but when would we start work together? Oh, great question. So that following week we'll start. So the 16th, we'll get your paperwork done, we'll get your contract signed, all that good stuff, and then we'll start our work together the following week. Really any day, any time that works for you, you'll get to jump in and schedule on my scheduler. So winners are announced the 16th. We start our work together the following week. So we're going to dive right in and get going. I feel like this is a really good time with the new year coming. I knew I wanted to open it soon. I also knew that I wanted to give people plenty of time around the holidays, but I wanted to start it in January or start the partnership process, the coaching in January, because I really feel like this is, it's just that time where all the momentum is there, right? You're so excited about next year's goals. You're so into it. You're ready to dive in. So I feel like this is a really good time. And that's why we're going to start right away, not wait too long, but like really dive in immediately. What else do I want to tell you? I mean, really, I'm just so excited. I really am. I've been like chomping at the bit to share this. And luckily I have the most amazing OBM on planet Earth, Megan Shupra. I don't know if you guys know her, but she basically saves my life on a daily basis. And She's been so great at helping me get this set up behind the scenes, get this ready to roll, and I have just been like, can I put it out? Can I put it out? Can I put it out? And she worked super hard this weekend, made sure that all of my stuff was ready. I made sure all of my stuff was ready for her to do what she needed to do. And so I feel like this is like my Christmas morning that it's out here. Can we get a sneak peek of what the next 2 steps are for the application for those of us that haven't done it before? Oh, good question. Okay, cool. So last time, round 2 was a video. So in round 2, I had y'all make a video and share, I think it was kind of like share why you, but not like in a really like pick me because, but more like in a why are you awesome? Why is your business awesome? And I wanted you guys to create a video that like you could use elsewhere that wasn't specific to the partnership, but that really just like tooted your own horn. I will probably do something similar this time, but round 2 is going to be a little bit different. It probably will have a video component still though. Round 3 last time was, I don't know, I said forming, was writing a business plan. So I gave everyone a business plan template and they all filled it out. We're going to do something similar again too. It's definitely going to be a business plan. There's going to be a couple little tweaks to it, but so round 2, somewhere in the realm of video, round 3, somewhere in the realm of business plan. The other thing we're going to do in the rounds this time is I want to create an opportunity for you guys to get to know me more. That's one of the lessons I learned and that I'll share more over the next few weeks, but that really like that match is so important. Like that value match, that right fit match is just so crucial. So that's like one thing I really want to make an even bigger part of this is not only me getting to know you and read your business plans, but you really getting to know me too. Because like I said earlier in the broadcast, like 2 of the partnership clients, and actually the 3rd one came pretty close, ended up paying me more than my coaching fee. So it really is an investment, right? Like obviously they made the money to make that happen. And so that was beautiful, but this is definitely an investment, and it's an investment on your part, not only of your money potentially, but of your time and energy. And so I really want to make sure we're the right fit and that I'm the right coach for you to be making that investment with. Because honestly, that's how results are going to happen, right? That's how we're going to be amazing partners. That's how you're going to get the results from it if we really are that match. So that will also be incorporated a little more this time than it was last time. The other thing I'll say that you guys should know is that I'm not incorporating other coaches this time. So last time it was like a big surprise at the end, and I actually brought in, oh my God, my brain's not working today. I don't even remember, 4 or 5 other coaches. I mean, like literally I could rattle this stuff off. I think it's just because I'm on camera that my brain has decided to stop working. But anyway, I brought in like 4 or 5 other coaches last time that took on clients that had applied and were part of this process. I'm not doing that this time. So I just want to be super upfront about that. There's not going to be a grand surprise at the end with extra coaches. I'm not doing that this time for a couple reasons, but one of the exact reasons that I just mentioned, which is that I think fit is so important. And I feel like it's too hard for me to incorporate other people into the process of who's the right fit for who, right? I just feel like facilitating that would not be beneficial to me, to you, to the process. So it's just me this time. What made you create this idea when it first started? Ooh, good question, Taylor. So I wish that I had this like grand story, but honestly, what happened was I was like pretty annoyed, to be frank, about some things that I was seeing in the coaching industry. Like one of them being, hey Lisa, one of them being a lot of talk about like, if you're not willing to invest huge dollars, you just don't want it bad enough. That gets under my skin, like for real. because I do think that investing is really important in your business. And honestly, I think you got to spend money to make money. But I also think that the kind of like shame and blame stuff that was going on around coaching, getting support, getting mentorship was just like skeeving me out and really wasn't making this an industry that I wanted to be part of. And I don't want to say that from like a soapbox standpoint, but just from like I saw something that was a no for me, right? And so I wanted to, create positive change against. Ooh, I don't like the word against, but like, I wanted to be the change, right? Would you say, Jennifer, so excited to see who wins this? I'm not applying this time because I'm really focused right now on finishing the stuff I've started this year, but can't wait to see how it unfolds. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. And I totally appreciate that and love that you're focused and committed to what's in front of you. I think that's so important. So anyway, I was kind of having different thoughts about that. Another thing that I was seeing was like just prices within this industry skyrocketing like crazy. Like all of a sudden the new norm was like the 20K package, not like, the 5K package or whatever. And again, like it's not from a place of judgment. It's just from a place of like, I know that didn't resonate with me. I mostly work with newer business owners. And so I don't feel like a huge investment at that level is always necessary or even helpful when you're first starting out. And so anyway, I was just having a lot of those kind of thoughts rolling through my head. And I was taking a bubble bath one day, and I mean, literally it just came to me out of the blue. So out of the blue in the sense that like I wasn't like sitting in the bubble bath going, what am I going to do about this stuff? But not out of the blue in the sense that I definitely had these thoughts in my mind, right? Hey, Kara. So, they've been kind of like tossing around in there. And then for whatever reason that day when I took my bubble bath and had all that white space, it just became really clear to me like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to be some of the change that I want to see. And again, like it's not that I don't believe in investing in coaching. I have a full client practice of people that have invested in coaching. I invest in coaching in my own business. I've invested, upwards of 20K probably. So, this isn't like the case against investing, but it is that there are barriers within this industry, right? And that we don't need to remove all the barriers all at once, but we can start moving towards that, right? We can be a little bit of the change we want to see. We can test things. So really this started out as me going, hey, would this even work? Like I have this great idea, but I'm just like really wondering, like, does this even have a chance of working? And so really the initial partnership process was really just designed for me to like test my idea. Especially for some of us who choose to focus on the very vulnerable and maybe financially struggling, the difference in prices for mentorship were crazy in comparison to our own pricing. Yeah, that totally makes sense, right? Like return on investment has to be a part of the conversation, right? So if what you're investing and then what you stand to make from that aren't even remotely like within the same realm, like that's something you have to think about, right? So from a more practical standpoint, how do we show our income if we win? Will we need an accountant or a third party? No, honestly, like, I'm sure this is going to sound naive a little bit on my part, and I don't really care, but I trust the women that I work with so much. Like, they've all reported to me every month. I've never asked for like a, what's it called? Oh my God. You guys, today is apparently rough for my brain. Like a list of all the ways that they made money or the different clients, like they've just told me their revenue amount every month and I've billed based on that. And I have no doubt that they were 1,000% honest with me the entire time. It's just not a thing. Like when I work with my clients, we have such a great relationship. We're really close. Like we bond. And I'm just not worried about it, honestly. So you won't need to do anything crazy. You literally just send me the number. I think, although I haven't looked at it in quite a while, but I think when my lawyer wrote it, there is a part in the contract about like if I suspect that you're not being truthful, I can ask you to hire an accountant or something like that. But honestly, it was like no thing. For people from third world countries, myself investing in high-level coaching sometimes equals to more than a year of really good salary. Yeah, wow, Lorena, thank you for sharing that. I think that's a really good point. You know, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think there are people that it just simply does not make sense for, and not because they don't want it, right? So I love that you gave that example, and I think that's really true. Thank you, Taylor. I'm super excited to see your application. So hi, Sarah. Hello. Where are you from? Oh, okay. You're asking Lorena that. Okay, so if you guys have any questions and you're watching the replay, let me know. I am so excited to do this. I'm so excited to, you know, to continue to just test this process. And I wouldn't even say test, because I feel like that's not necessarily the case anymore. I think we tested it last time and really showed that it worked beautifully, but I'm really just excited to keep incorporating this model into my business. I'm really, really excited to capitalize on what I'm learning from it and apply it into like different areas of my business in all ways. So that's one of the things I'm going to be sharing with you, is a lot of the lessons I've learned, and then how you guys can apply them to your business too. And you know, ultimately, like, I know for me, this process in general made me a better coach, right? It made me a better leader, a better coach, and allowed me to show up more fully with not just the partnership clients, but with my clients too. And so I really think the lessons learned from this can be applied across the board, and I really want to share those so that you guys get the most out of that too. I also really, really, really want this process to be helpful for you, no matter if you're, you know, picked at the end or not. I think that anytime that we're given a chance to really like hold a mirror up to our business, our strengths, our weaknesses, our challenges, our business model, our income, all of that is a beautiful experience. And I think this is a great time of year to do that. If you guys know me and follow me, I think you also know that one of the things I talk about a lot and I'm really big on is detachment. Getting detached from the outcome and really attached to like how you're showing up and how you're in the process, getting really out of the house and just showing up and doing the things that feel good. So that's what I want. I don't want you to feel attached to this getting picked thing. I don't want that to be a pressure-filled thing. I don't want it to be negative for you. I want you to be totally detached from that and able to just show up and get the most out of this process, to meet amazing friends in the process, to form connections in this group, to get to know each other better. I know that last time it was like such a united community of women that went through it, that like it was just beautiful, and I know we'll create that again. So stay detached, enjoy the process, and if you have any questions, just comment below, let me know, and we'll get started. And don't forget to get your application in. I think it's so forward thinking and aligned to you and your personality. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, I'm so glad it helps you last time. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Exactly. So a lot of people went through it or were like, I don't even care that I didn't get picked. Like, it just was a really helpful process. So if you want to be part of that, fill out your application. Let me know what I can do to support you in the meantime, and I will talk to you guys soon. And thank you for jumping on and sharing in all my excitement today. And I will talk to y'all soon. Have a good day.